Good fine afternoon, fellow YouTubers. It's King Cobra JFS back at you with another video. And on this cooking video, I guarantee you, we're gonna make a burger. Not just any bacon cheeseburger, but the Trump burger. I guarantee you it's gonna be unhealthy. It will not shut down the government, but it will shut down your arteries. How exactly do you make this burger? Well, if it's called the Trump burger, what are two things that Donald Trump loves? Diet Coke and potato chips from Lay's. And I guarantee you that those things will be on the burger. I got some pipe tobacco and I'm ready to go. Now, whether you like Trump or not, this video's being done strictly for satire purposes. This cooking video, I guarantee you, is being done for satire purposes. So if you can't take a joke, then don't watch it. We're gonna make the Trump burger. It's gonna be great. There'll be a wall of beef, cheese, bacon, potato chips. How the hell are you gonna incorporate Diet Coke into this? Well, you hold the fucking phone for a second. We'll get into that here in a second, Now, I've been making this burger in my test kitchen, and I've perfected it for what I want it to look like on camera. And, well, see, there's some grease on the bottom of my pan still. I'm going to use that grease to toast our buns. I'm going to go ahead and get the stove turned on to 8. We'll get ourselves a couple of plates here. Or a plate at least. I don't think we need an extra plate for the bacon. We'll just use the serving plate that I put the burger on. Kind of keep it off to the side. That'll make it a little easier. Now, while the stove heats up, we're going to need to grab ourselves a cup of some soda pop. You getting hungry, Mr. President? Look at them Lay's potato chips, the classic, and the Diet Coke. Just how fresh is this Diet Coke? Let's crack it open. Listen to the carbonation release. Crack it open. What? You getting thirsty, Mr. President? I bet you are. Look at that fresh pour action. All right, so now I have poured myself a cup of Diet Coke. And of course we have our Lay's classic potato chips. You know you want it. Lay's potato chips are awesome. Here, you know what I'm gonna do? Let's try this out. I'm gonna dip the potato chips in the Diet Coke and then I'm gonna eat it. Dunk, dunk. Like dunking some milk and cookies, right? That's actually kind of good. The sweetness from the Diet Coke mixing with the saltiness of the chips. So we might have to put the camera down as we work our magic here for this burger. Now that the pan is nice and heated up, all that grease that we used, it's going to be used to toast up our bun. Now, if you have seen me make a burger before, then you know exactly where we're going with this. But just in case you're new to the channel, I'll show you how it's done. I'm gonna grab some of this bread right there. I'm going to take 2 slices of bread for our sandwich. That's all we need. Now the first thing, we're not even going to bother with seasoning on this burger. We're just going to do it up and make it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take and drop our bread into the pan. There's 1, there's 2, just like that. Just like that. That's all you gotta do. All that grease on the bottom of the pan, I'm just gonna go like that and get the inside of these buns for the sandwich all greased up and delicious. So right now we are making a Trump burger. Now this burger will be unhealthy. It will not shut down the government, but it will shut down your arteries. Let's give it a flip. Whoop. See, look at that toast action on the bottom of that. That's exactly what we're looking for. All the grease that's got toasted into the bun, that's going to be our top bun. This is going to be our bottom bun. See, now we want it nice and toasty here. We don't want it to be burnt, but nice and toasted. Oh, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. So now we're going to set that to the side while we work on our bacon. But before we do the bacon, let's do a burger patty. Huh? Yeah. Before we cook the bacon for our burger, we're gonna need a burger patty, so naturally we'll grab whatever burger patty you have available. Either, form it by hand or get your frozen patty, it don't matter. So if cow farts are destroying the planet, polluting it, wouldn't it make more sense to kill them and turn them into delicious beef so that their nasty cow farts are no longer polluting our planet? But I'm going to make a patty for this burger. It's going to be a great burger patty. And we're going to make the Trump burger, YouTube. It'll be magnificent. We got a ball of beef right here. And we're going to take this ball of beef and we're going to form it into a burger patty. Now, like I said, if you don't want to form the burger patties by hand, you can always just buy them frozen or pre-made, which will save you some time. But I don't know, personally, whenever I've been making burgers lately, I like getting the beef in the tube and forming it by hand. Add a little personal touch to it. There's our burger patty. You want to go ahead and whoop. Right on there, just like that. Wash my hands real quick. I'm gonna wash my hands. Now I want to dry them. I will be right back. Now, YouTube, let's get a look at this burger as it sits here and cooks up. Doesn't that just look delicious? But hold on a second. This burger needs some flavor. Remember that cup of Diet Coke that I poured into my cup? That cup of Diet Coke that I have sitting right here? Watch this. What in the actual flying feet did you just do? Oh yeah, I went there. I went there, YouTube. I went there. I am literally cooking this burger and Diet Coke. Oh yeah. Trump says he likes Diet Coke. Well, fucking A. Let's cook a burger patty and Diet Coke, just for shits and giggles. All that grease in the Diet Coke, it'll mix together quite nicely. See that? Yeah. We're gonna use that grease to cook up our bacon after this. Let's go ahead and give it a flip. Whoop. Just like that. We're going to hit it again with some more Diet Coke so it gets the bottom half of that other side. There we go. Just like that. That's enough Diet Coke for this burger patty. All that grease and the Diet Coke will cook together and mingle around. Yeah. Now see all that grease forming with the Diet Coke and the burger patty? We're going to cook the bacon for this cheeseburger in that Diet Coke burger grease. Anyone else ever tried using soda pop on their burger? That sounds kind of weird, I know, right? You're thinking to yourself, who in their right fucking mind would do this kind of shit? Who in the hell takes a burger? Alright. Bottom bun, top bun. I'm gonna give that burger a flip and see how it looks. Not too bad. I'm gonna let it cook a little bit longer on this side. I don't mind if it's a little bit pink in the middle. That's kind of what I'm going for, is a medium rare. So let's go ahead and put the patty right there, just like that. Beautiful. The grease coming off that burger, nice and sweet. Let's throw some of that bacon down. Move my cup. I take 2 pieces of thick cut bacon, tear them up into 4 smaller pieces. I'm going to go ahead and drop them in there. Okay, I'll wash my hands real quick. I might put like a little bit of Diet Coke on the bacon just for shits and giggles, like Here we go. I poured just a little bit of Diet Coke in the pan to go with the bacon. Take a look at all that bacon sizzling up in the stove here. and cooking all that greasy goodness. Give it a flip. And when you're cooking bacon, you want to make sure it's cooked all the way through. You don't want to be eating raw bacon. That's not good. The Trump burger. I mean, people think that Donald Trump's a pig, so let's add some bacon to the burger, huh? And I guess it's a matter of who you talk to. Some people are Trump supporters, some people don't like him, so yeah. All that Diet Coke and that grease had disintegrated and evaporated. Taking that thick cut bacon. Get back over there. And that Diet Coke, it kind of caramelized a little bit on the bacon. Look at that. So maybe if you like Mountain Dew, maybe you want to cook some Mountain Dew into your bacon. Food for thought. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and set the camera down back over here while I tend to this bacon. Give you a couple of close-ups of that bacon cooking up. This bacon is just about done. Well, the first 3 pieces are done. The first 3 pieces are done. But that fourth one is still cooking, so we're gonna lay the bacon down. Yeah, wait until I get that other piece done before we finish laying it. You know, I was kind of worried that the Diet Coke would caramelize and get stuck to the bottom of my pan, because I've seen videos of people on YouTube when they cook Coca-Cola, and it gets all sticky and gooey and makes a humongous mess, and I'm just like, eh. So I was kind of on the fence about using Diet Coke with this burger, but I mean, thus far it's not that bad. It's actually pretty manageable. You know, it doesn't get all gunked up as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I mean, it does get a little gunked up, but it's not that bad. That's why you don't use a whole shit ton of Diet Coke, just enough to flavor your bacon and your beef. So now that our stove is no longer in need of being used for this recipe, I'm going to go ahead and, you already know how I do, man up and clean that stove off while this burner's still nice and hot, which helps eliminate like 95% of your grease. When you're making a greasy food, you're going to get grease all over your stove, and you can take a washcloth when it's still nice and hot, and if you're careful, you can wipe up like 80 to 90% of that grease. Yeah, there we go. That's what I like to see. This will make cleaning up the stove a zillion times easier when you go to clean all the grease off of it. So now that we're done with this stove here, I'm gonna do that. Alright. Now here's our Trump bacon cheeseburger so far. We got a nice little X for the bacon right here, and then we're gonna take that and then that. So right there, we made an X and then we made a cross with the bacon, just like that. There's our bacon. Now we're gonna need some cheese for our bacon cheeseburger. Yes, please go ahead and set the top bun to the side for a second. Now, Donald Trump has a nice fake orange tan, so let's get something to represent that. We got some sharp cheddar cheese, because yeah, Donald Trump's real sharp, isn't he? Yeah, sharpest tool in the shed, I bet. That's what I've heard. Oh, okay. That's yeah. Because, you know, Donald Trump, he's like a smart person. You know, I'm like a smart person. I'm very, very smart. I'm not crazy. I'm a very smart person. So to make this Trump burger, pretty much we're going to need to add some cheese to it, so why not add some shredded sharp cheddar cheese or just regular cheddar cheese. Kind of represents that healthy orange glow that he has. We could call it the Captain Comb-Over burger. Like, hey, this is the Captain Comb-Over burger. It's super delicious, but I'm like, I don't think anyone would understand. The reference, the Daily Show reference that I made. Whether you like Trump or not, this is all in good fun. Yeah, that's good cheddar cheese. Look at that. And you want to get a nice healthy amount of cheese on top. Definitely enough so that way it puddles on top of our bacon and on top of our burger patty and on top of the bread. Let's see if we can squeak in one more small pinch of cheese. Right there. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Now, even though this is done in good, clean satire, you know, I honestly feel like this would be a burger that Trump would like, just because of the simple fact he likes fast food. So how the hell are you going to incorporate Lay's potato chips into this? Stick around for the madness, folks, because it's going off. So all that cheese that landed underneath the burger patty on the bun here, all that cheese that's on top of the bun here, we're going to go ahead and just tuck that in. There we go. Oop. You know, I'm like a smart person, you know. I'm as sharp as cheddar cheese. This is probably a burger that Donald Trump's doctor would fucking hate if he started eating. He'd be like, Trump, what are you doing, man? Well, they made a burger about me, you know, they call it the Trump burger, and I had to try it. It was so good, man. Yeah. There's definitely a nice amount of cheese on top of this. Now we're cooking. Now we are cooking. I don't know, you ever notice that cheddar cheese and cheese out of a bag tastes different than the cheese that comes in slices? Am I the only one that notices this? Or am I just delusional? Okay, YouTube, this is the perfect amount of cheese for this burger. It is all over the bottom bun. It's all over the top. It's a nice mountain of cheesy goodness. So now we're going to take it over to the microwave and do what we do best. Get the cheese on the melt. First we're going to do it for a quick 44-second burst and then a 34-second burst, and that should, or at least in my microwave, that's enough to get the cheese just the way I like it. So before I put it in the microwave, here's a close-up of it. Oh. Now, while we are addressing the bottom bun, I feel like we need to address the top bun. So we're going to need two things for this top bun: Cheez Whiz and potato chips. I shit you not. Just about time for that second burst. Oh yeah, some of that cheese was falling off. Some of the cheese was falling off the top of the burger, so what we're going to do, any of the cheese that fell onto the plate, okay, there we go. Any of that cheese that fell off onto the plate is put back onto the, any of the cheese that fell off during the first burst got put back onto the plate, or back left. Any of the cheese that fell off the plate during the first burst got put back onto the burger itself, so yeah, this is going to be good. Some of that cheese did kind of melt off on the side a little bit. That's okay, because we're going to take all that cheese that melted and we're going to put it back on top of the burger. And we're going to scooch that to the side so we can... Actually, no, we don't even need to scooch it to the side. Just gonna... I'm scooching it back and forth a little bit so that, just testing the durability of it. Okay, looks like it'll stay together. Awesome. Okay, so here is our bottom bun with all of that gooey cheese and bacon and beef right on top. Nice and gooey, cheesy goodness. Now for our top bun, I'm taking a sip of my Diet Coke here. We're going to take our top bun that had all that grease toasted into it. And then we're going to take our easy cheese, that sharp cheddar cheese. And I want to go ahead and put some on our burger. We're going to put it on our top bun. So here's a crazy burger for you crazy Trump supporters. Yeah, just kidding. Is it any crazier than what I believe? The answer is no. You know, we're all entitled to our own opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, YouTube. Nothing wrong with that. But holy Toledo Batman, look at all that squeezed cheese that we put on top here. Beautiful. Now we're going to need one final touch. Our Lay's potato chips, which are going to go right on top of that squeezed cheese. I'm going to take a couple of these potato chips. There we go. I'm taking a couple of these potato chips and put them on top here. There we go. That's definitely enough potato chips. Boom. Now that we got our tater chips on there, we're gonna do that. Just give it a squish. Then let's crown this sandwich, man. Let's crown this Trump burger. Oop, shit. Some of the chips came off when I was trying to put it on there. And the ones that didn't come off are the ones that are stuck to the cheese whiz, so that's good. All right, let's put it on there. There we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm able to pick it up without falling apart too much. That's good. Most definitely what's up. I can actually pick it up without it falling apart. Oh. I'm going to flip it over here. And the reason I'm flipping it over is because all that grease is literally soaked onto the bottom bun. And don't let that cool off before we eat it. Alright, let's go take our burger that we just made. Set the camera down right here. Oop. Yeah, right there. But how do you like that? We got a burger made in 44 minutes flat. Just about. 44, 45 minutes. And you can definitely see where the grease from that burger patty's circling the bread. And you can see some of the patty kind of poking through. We're going to try to eat this with our hands. Because it would be funnier to eat it with a fork, but we're not going to do that. Alright, so now that our Trump burger is cooling off, before I dig into it, we're going to let it cool off a bit so that way the grease has a chance. And sometimes I'll flip the burgers over onto the top bun just because all that grease from the burger patty will soak into that bottom bun, and you know, it'll make it hard to eat. So the trick to making a good burger is not just in the flavor, but also, you know, letting it settle for just a bit after you make it. This is a trick that Gordon Ramsay taught me. I watched a video on YouTube, and Chef Gordon Ramsay basically said, if you don't want your burger to squirt all over your arms and make a humongous mess, which sometimes eating a messy burger, it's good, but generally speaking, you know, if you want to be able to eat a burger and have like a little bit of grease, but not like, you know what I'm saying, your arm's fucking covered in that shit, let your burger sit and cool off for a bit before you munch into it. All that grease and flavor will have time to trap and settle in there. So the Trump burger, or should we call it the Make America Great Again burger? I can already see all the hate I'm going to get on this video, and I don't care. Because the word Trump's in the title, it might actually get a lot of views. You know, I'm not completely against Trump. I don't agree with everything he does, but there are some things he did that I agree with. For example, if you're a small private business owner, and you want to take out a small business loan, or however that works, and you can actually afford the interest rates, then, you know, that was one of the few things that Trump did where he actually promised and went through on it. So poured another cup of Diet Coke, boom, sip it. He also made hemp farming legal, so, yeah. But man, is this burger crazy, or is this burger crazy? The Trump burger. Let's see if I've perfected this random recipe, huh? I let it settle for just long enough so that it's not... There we go. I let it settle for just long enough so that way I can eat it with my hands without making a huge mess. And look at that thing, it's massive. That bacon and that burger patty have been cooked in Diet Coke. So it's got Diet Coke, it's got sharp cheddar cheese, Cheez Whiz, potato chips, bacon. Without further ado, let's get into it. That is interesting. Now, when the grease from the burger patty absorbed into the bread, you can literally taste the Diet Coke with the burger patty. And you get the bread, which soaks up that Diet Coke, and you get this sweetness mixing in with the salty and the savory. And then you get the meaty bite from the burger and the bite from the cheese and the potato chips. Here's that cross section. Let's get a close-up of that. That beautiful, beautiful cross section. It's not medium rare like I was hoping, but that's all right. It's at least cooked all the way through. and at least it isn't burnt. But there you go. There's that cross section of that massive burger here. New cooking video, ladies and gentlemen, the Trump burger. I don't know, would you eat it? Are you a Trump supporter? If you are, that's cool. You know, no judgment here. I'm neutral about it, you know, because Trump does a lot of shit that I don't like. I mean, he does some things that I do like, you know. Oh, we could call this the grab him by the pussy burger. Okay, that's too far. Let's see if you can get a close-up of that. Look at the steam coming off that beef. You see that? The camera picking up on that. I take a bite of that beef, and then the steam coming from that freshly cooked beef just waffling. You know, YouTube, I should not like this, but this burger's good. I know the combination that I just displayed on camera, it looks gross, it sounds weird, but surprisingly, it works. Yeah. Holy crapola. I got a bite from that bacon. Dude. Oh man. The sweetness coming off that Diet Coke. That Diet Coke has a sweetness from the sugar. And the flavor that's cooked into that bacon. Dude. That's rockin'. Yeah. You know what? I should not like this burger, but I find myself liking it just because it's good. You know? It took me like three to four tries to perfect it. Sometimes I don't do that on camera. Sometimes I just go right in there and do it, you know. But this was a recipe that took some difficulty making just because, you know, of how the Diet Coke reacts to certain things. But yeah, I have perfected the Trump burger. This is pretty delicious, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. And look at that delicious piece of bacon trying to escape. Oh yeah. Slightly chewy with a little bit of crispiness around the edges. It's more chewy than crispy, but that's all right. Oh, dude. Dude. I got a bite from that beef, and then I was hit with the bacon and the cheddar cheese, and the cheese whiz, I mean. Yeah. That's, yeah. I would serve this in a restaurant. Like, no joke. People would be like, what is it? The Trump burger. Well, what's on it? Bacon, burger, cooked in Diet Coke, sharp cheddar cheese, potato chips, and cheese whiz. That sounds gross. Oh, well, I mean, we did have a little bit of fun on this cooking video, cracking some jokes, you know, just having a laugh. But at the end of the day, I have made a dank cheeseburger. I mean, you can literally hear my arteries hardening as I eat this. All jokes aside, though. That is unreal. Like, the beef has a sweetness to it. You can taste the sugar from the Diet Coke. Overall, not too bad of a burger, YouTube. I've definitely perfected it. If you like the cooking videos, boom, subscribe for more. I do primarily burgers and pizzas on my channel. Well, this delicious burger is just about to be gone in like 2 bites. One more bite for the hell of it. The Trump burger. Oh. The plate is cleaned. I'm gonna go put this plate in the sink. I'll be right back. I'm drying my hands off. I'll be right back. Well, YouTube, we had a lot of fun today. Drinking some Diet Coke and making a delicious Trump burger. Yeah. So, I hope y'all enjoyed the cooking video. There's more where that came from. Next time on Cooking with Cobra, we're gonna make a blueberry cardinal bacon cheeseburger. But before I do that, my next cooking video will actually be a pizza. I got a new pizza sauce to try out on my pizzas that I make at home, so we'll see how that does. I can show you how try something different, you know, with the pizza, and try 2 different cheeses and some pepperoni meat, you know what I'm saying? Next time I go to make pizza, I'll be doing a 2-cheese type of pizza when I make it. Throw on some cheddar and some mozzarella. You know, when it comes to cooking, I like to explore boundaries, you know, and see where I can go with it. And when you think, wait, you put Diet Coke and potato chips on a burger? Literally. Yep. And it sounds gross, but surprisingly, that tasted good. Definitely not something you'd want to eat like every fucking day. You know, that's yikes, man. That'd be some unhealthy burger right there. But every once in a while, you know, why not, right? Excuse me. Smoke a pinch of pipe tobacco after eating that. Boom. You guys already know what's up. If you like the cooking videos, subscribe for more. If you like the cooking videos, give it the thumbs up. Let me know if you try this burger in the comment section, and I will definitely catch you cool cobras on the flip side. The Trump burger. Thanks for watching, tubes. And I will catch you on the next video. I'm going to build a burger. It's going to be a great burger. A little bit of cheese, maybe some bacon, maybe some Diet Coke. And maybe we'll put some potato chips on it. It's going to be great. I will build a burger, and I will cook it with my spatula. And then I will eat it, and I will no longer be hungry. We'll build a great burger. And when we build this great burger, okay, yeah, that's, yeah. That can't be nearly as mean as what Saturday Night Live did to him. But, anyways, tubes, thanks for watching my burger recipe. And, yeah. Whether you like Trump or not, you want to try that burger, give it a try, man. I thought it was good. I mean, when it comes to soda pop, I'm not particular. I like diet soda. I like regular soda. Although I prefer to drink regular soda. I will drink diet soda if it's offered. But anyways, thank you for watching me make and eat the burger, as always. I'll catch you cool cobras on the next cooking video.